Oh, that's. And today we've got James McMillan here. I met James last week at Streamology 10th anniversary. But James, what do you do at Streamology?
So I'm a senior waterway engineer, and basically what we go in and do is try and come up with some rehabilitation ideas, whether it be some engineered structures, it might be rock chutes or bank stabilisations. The whole idea is to stabilise the river with the goal to provide a bit more room for the river to move. So less around floodplain containment, and more about activating floodplain.
And activating it, but through having a stable waterway system. So if it's going to move, it'll move for all the right reasons, not for catastrophic reasons.
That's it, and putting into place those sort of more permanent solutions where you've got assets that you may not want to expose, so sewer, roads, bridges, all those sorts of things.
So using our natural systems is part of the solution. But so I've had the privilege of seeing some of the work that you do, and you and your team do some amazing visualizations. And actually, I think it was your other colleague was talking about you're using photogrammetry, you're joining stuff up, but you create these amazing visualizations that.
Some of this, so I guess this sort of stuff's new to me, and always knew about drones, and I would use them. I'd take an aerial shot to then design something and get a better appreciation. But what Tom and the team at Streamology have been doing, and I think this has sort of evolved over time through Jeff's partnerships with unis, is they've got funding to head into a couple of sites of the Tapestry and the Melbourne River. And over time, basically what we're trying to do is map changes post environmental flow delivery. So, you'll take a drone out, so rather than taking a couple of stills, there's still photos there. But they'll take sort of 5 lines of 5 different elevations right on that streamway, and there might be 50 odd photos, and they've all got to overlap. So then what you've got 230 odd photos of one bank. So you take that back, and then you can assess basically your baseline condition of your bank. And over time, post flow, they'll go back in. So I think they go in every 3 to 4 months post event. And you can get this sort of time series where you can then pull out places where you've got sedimentation or erosion. So those are those amazing images we pull around. The other fascinating thing they've been able to do is map vegetation changes over time. So, not obviously you've got a whole bunch of photos and you create sort of one image. You can then, basically what they've done is pixelated it again. Which bits are green, which bits have veg, which bits are bare bank. And then you sort of get a percentage, and over time again, compare to the last 3 months ago, nothing change in veg. So that's another partnership with the uni that we've been able to use there. So it's really interesting. Like, drones are just so much more than just photos.
Look, and when I saw that, I was impressed. But it'll be amazing. Imagine if you get sort of 3 to 4 to 5, if you're able to get that series. No, look, I think you guys are opening up some new sort of dimensions on how you do monitoring and assessment.
Yeah, and I've not seen it. I mean, obviously there's the huge investment in AI and that sort of stuff, but there's still a lot of clicking. You have ground control points, and then each photo has got to be referenced to that particular ground control point. So maybe there's some improvements with more computational power, but at the moment it's still like a really in-house piece of work that we've been able to
Hey, look, to close off, tell us what is it that you like about your job?
I love getting outside. I love seeing some designs come to life. But most of all, I really like working with the team and trying to solve problems. Like, you can sit by yourself and go to the river or whatever it is. That's awesome. But you sit down with the people you work with and come up with something that, I actually feel really good about this, and getting to see that being built, and it's awesome.
Fantastic. That's great.
Thank you.